Welcome to the STLK in the UTA Jazz Podcast. I'm Conjo. As y'all know, this is Paul, and we are back on another beautiful Tuesday morning, ready to talk all things y'all want to hear: Utah Jazz, NBA, basically anything that gets the pot stirred a little bit. And unfortunately, we have to start with you like jazz. And, you know, any other week, I'm usually saying, yes, I am excited to talk jazz.
Not excited to talk jazz.
I mean, it's been fine. We literally had won 2 games before yesterday's game. It's just in the light of getting thrashed, it's hard to come into this and be excited.
An understatement of what happened to us last night.
That's probably one of the worst Jazz games in the history of games.
I mean, it's day 10 of being on the road, maybe day 11, and you heard Holly Rowe talk about it every other minute on the game last night. The Jazz looked like they've been on the road for 2 weeks. They were exhausted.
I mean,
it was
147 that we ended up giving up to the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, to be fair, the Brooklyn Nets are a good team.
Are they though?
No, they're not. And I try to make myself feel better by saying it, and it wasn't true.
They're just not.
They're not a good team. Ben Simmons made them a good team last night, and we'll jump into that. But we gave up 71 first half points. We only scored 114, which is fine as long as you don't give up 150. There was no part of the game that I was like, okay, like we played good in this stretch.
Does this not feel like the Jazz this season though? We go, right? The Pelicans, we gave up the most the Jazz have ever given up in a game in 4 quarters to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
3 games ago.
Yeah. And
then we play the Hornets, where we put up 82 points in the first half, which is the most we've ever put up in a first half ever. So there's 2 back-to-back records, one being not so good and the one being fantastic, right? And then right after that, we then give up another 147.
It's
just going back and forth.
Like we can't. I wish this team was more balanced.
We can't. There is no balance.
There's no balance. It's either we're giving up 150 or we're scoring 150.
I mean, there was a stretch of balance.
There was. I guess when we were winning games, we were playing defense. We were really outscoring people, which kind of made me nervous. There was a point last night in the third quarter where I did think the Jazz were going to come back. It was when Fontecchio drove to the basket on Bridges. Didn't get the foul call. Could have been a foul call. Didn't get the foul call. We were down 10 at this point. Could have cut it to 8, maybe 7. Bridges comes down, lowers his shoulder, gets the foul call, makes the bucket. The lead goes from what could have been 7 or 8 up to 13. And from there, the Jazz just gave it away.
I think the biggest component to last night's game was we were acting like Mikal Bridges is not good.
Yeah.
Defensively, we're acting like he is just some regular guy.
Yeah. He's not another guy.
And he's just not. He's just not a regular guy. He's good.
So with 5:34 last night in the third quarter, the Jazz cut the lead to 11. And I think it got closer again. I can't find where it was. We were down 11. We ended up losing by 33. Like we gave up. Ben Simmons. Can we talk about him yet?
Let's just jump in.
Give me your take on him. So he played his first game. For those who don't know, he played his first game since November last night.
38 games he missed straight.
Back nerve impingement, whatever it was.
For being nervous. Everyone say it was his nervous system. I say it was just him being nervous. I hate the guy. I hate his game.
I love his game.
I hate it.
I don't know why you hate it.
He was shooting free throws in warm-ups, and I literally couldn't even watch. Did you see that video?
I didn't.
It's literally the jankiest thing, and he bricked every single one. And I'm like,
it doesn't matter.
Who likes this? I mean, I looked at the stats, and I was like, I hated seeing him have 10 points. I think 11 assists and 8 rebounds, I think it was.
Exactly that. 5 offensive rebounds, which I feel like every time he plays the Jazz, he just kills them on the offensive glass.
Well, and this is the thing. So offensive rebounds typically on a guy like him, you know, you miss a layup and you get it right back, right? Mm-hmm. He was 5 for 5.
Yeah.
So was it coming from that? That's just coming from crashing the boards, which makes sense because he's huge.
0 turnovers. 11 assists, 0 turnovers.
Yeah, I just hate him. I just don't think a team can win with that. I think it's fun.
They score 150 last night on a pretty good Jazz team.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Simmons,
if you watch,
he gave the ball away. Yes.
If you watch the Nets this year, they've been really heliocentric around Bridges, around not Claxton, Cam Thomas, who you love.
I do love Cam Thomas.
Ben Simmons last night felt like exactly what this team needed. And I almost saw the vision there for a little bit. Well, where I was like, whoa. Like
somebody that can pass the ball and not shoot, because that's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and he fills the hole for them.
Cam Thomas, who shoots darn well every time he gets the ball. Bridges can shoot whenever he has the ball. Cam Johnson wants to shoot. Dinwiddie wants to shoot.
Bridges shot 8 more shots than Cam Thomas last night. That doesn't feel right.
Well, that's probably because of Ben Simmons.
It didn't feel like I saw that.
Well, Ben Simmons came off the bench, which honestly is probably a good role.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably where they should keep him.
I was listening to something. I think it was something on the broadcast last night, but he was like the backup center. And then when the second unit came in, he was the point guard. And I'm like, that's great. That's great.
I like weird.
Ben Simmons. I like Ben Simmons. I like how he plays. When he's healthy, I think he's one of the best guards in the league. As in best, I mean, top 15.
Okay,
top half.
Okay, yeah.
Top half.
Yeah, okay.
Top half of the league. He's been an all-NBA player.
I just can't stand a no shot. If you can't shoot, shout out buddy Corbin. He sent me a video and it was like top 5 trick shots of all time. And it was like actual trick shots, like Jeremy Lamb's throw in the air, Anthony Ryder, like all those different ones. And number 1 was Ben Simmons just hitting a wide open 3. And I loved it. Like that is funny. Like it was a trick shot. It's a Ben Simmons wide open 3.
Off-season tapes of him like pretending that he's going to shoot this upcoming year for the last like 6 years.
That's how everybody is. You see Rudy Gobert shooting threes. You see Mitch Robinson
Walker
going.
Kessler.
Yeah, you just see people going through. And I'm like, who are these guys in the offseason?
Yeah, they're different players.
Jazz. Like, I want to like just break it down before we move on. Like, last night we saw kind of everybody.
Yeah.
Even Yurt 7, you saw Luka Samanic. Like, you got to see everybody. Mm-hmm. Keontae had 21 points off the bench.
Yes.
Haven't seen that very...
Shot the ball well.
Yeah, he shot, which is great. We didn't shoot the ball well at all. I mean, Lowry only had, 13 points?
Yeah.
You can't have that.
4 for 12, not a nice game.
Well, he only shot 12 shots.
Yeah.
That alone should tell you why.
He only played 27 minutes. I don't think he played the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get him the ball early. It's tough.
Yeah, it's a hard balance because he's not an isolation player. And it's hard to be obviously he's a good isolation player, but that's not what he's known for. So you can't hand him the ball in the first quarter and be like, go get us a bucket.
Here's something. How much better is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander than Lauri Markkanen?
Like on a metric scale or very much better? Like
legit. Like, again,
Lowry, if SGA is 100%, I think Lowry's 70.
70?
SGA is a top 5 player in the league, in my opinion.
No. That's not even that's a fact. That's a fact.
Glad you agree.
But how much better? Think about it, Lowry, though.
Yeah.
He was an all-star starter last year. That's got to put him in the same realm.
Are you saying he's in the discussion for top 5 player?
If SGA is 100, then Lowry's probably 70 or 75.
Which is really good.
Yes.
I think he's a top 20 player in the NBA.
So here's my next question. Who's the Thunder's second best player?
Jalen Williams, for sure.
Okay.
He's incredible.
And who's the Jazz second best player?
We don't have one. Colin Sexton, who is just so inconsistent.
Yeah, but Jalen Williams and Colin Sexton, how much different are they than each other?
Incredibly different.
Not in game, but in size of legit skill right now. Not potential, right now.
Pretty different, in my opinion.
Because I think Colin Sexton probably has better stats.
I can check on that.
I would love to look at this. You look up Jalen Williams, I'll look up Colin Sexton.
Yeah, please. I'm trying not to mess up. Guess the lines later. Here we all go to standings.
Because I think it's an interesting thing to talk about here, right?
Let's see. Jalen Williams.
I look up Colin Sexton and MMA comes up. Why?
Jalen Williams is averaging 18.5 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, a steal.
Okay.
That's really good.
Colin Sexton, 17, 3, and 4.
I'm taking Jalen
That's
Williams
identical.
Every day of the year.
I am too. But this is my point, is how come the Thunder are so much better?
SGA is better than Lowry. That's for sure.
Yes.
Chet is better than Walker Kessler, in my opinion.
Yes.
Jalen Williams is way better than Colin Sexton. I think you put Jalen Williams on this Jazz team and everyone would be like, oh my gosh.
Yes, he fits really well. But the thing is what do we need to be doing? Like, what are we missing then? Because if you do it player by player, they're very similar, but just a little bit, just not as good.
Yeah.
Literally, if you look at player by player, it's very, very, very similar, but they just have the edge, on most of our guys.
So the Thunder have 5 players averaging double digits right now. The Jazz have 6 players averaging double digits.
This is what I'm saying.
Talen Horton-Tucker being one of them. He's still averaging 10 points per game because he's getting a lot of DMPs and those don't count against you. You look at the point averages, very similar to the Thunder.
Yes. Am I not enlightening you a little bit now?
No, because we don't have a top 5 player.
Exactly.
And the difference in between a top 5 player and a top 15 player is crazy.
This is why I'm having this conversation though. Because I want people to understand that. Obviously I'm with the Thunder side, obviously, I'm being devil's advocate here. Like, how much more valuable is it to have a guy like that? That's what I'm trying to say.
It's so much more valuable. That's why you see the Lakers just unload for Anthony Davis a handful of years back.
Yes.
And they won a championship.
Yeah.
You can't ask for anything better.
You have to have a caliber player like that.
You go through the last 15 NBA champions.
They have
they all have a top 5 player.
Legit.
Like LeBron, Jokic, Giannis, Kawhi in the playoffs. KD. Like all these people have a top 5 player. The last team. Yeah, exactly. I think the last team, if I'm remembering right, to win an NBA Finals without a top 5 player.
What, 2004?
Was Detroit Pistons? Was the Detroit Pistons.
That has to be.
And after that, it's...
Dirk maybe wasn't top 5 at the time in 2011.
Yeah, but you look at that season, top 5 players in the playoffs, easily Dirk.
No, but think about it. The only 2 teams that are in that kind of conversation is probably that Mavs team and the Pistons team in the last 2024. And that's 24 years.
But even further than that, because then you have the Lakers and Michael and all these different guys. The Jazz need to find a way to get a top 5 player. I didn't think it'd turn into this. I don't think Markkanen is going to be a top 5 player. Therefore, he can't be the best player on our team if we're going to win a championship.
Yeah.
And that just opens up a can of worms for a different day. I don't know if we can build around him. Thank you for enlightening me around that.
Fun conversation,
Should we guess the lines real quick?
Yeah, that's a fun...
I want to talk about the Knicks.
That's a fun conversation.
This new segment, I brought it to Conjo about 25 minutes ago. And I said, hey, there's, I think, 4 NBA games tonight. 5 NBA games.
I said yes, obviously. We're doing it.
Because it's fun and it's gambling. And I said, we're just going to look at the matchup and we're going to guess the line. Who's favored by how much? I have my predictions. Are you ready you have yours?
Yeah, I can't remember the teams.
Oh, okay. So you didn't even write them down. All right.
No, I'm going off the dome.
Knicks home against... Actually, we'll do that one as the finale. Warriors home against the Sixers.
Is Embiid playing? Is there any way to check this?
We do not know. No one knows if he's playing right now. Right now, it's Tuesday morning, so we don't know.
I would put Sixers 3.5.
Okay.
The Warriors suck.
I have Warriors 5.5.
If Embiid's not playing, I'll swing that way.
Okay, but what's your official pick? Sixers by 3.5?
Oh, this Embiid thing's really not helping me out.
Okay. Let's just go 3.5.
If it is Warriors, wouldn't you think that Embiid's not playing?
I'm checking right now. Don't look.
There's got to be a way.
All right. I take this one. It's Warriors by 3.5.
Okay. Interesting.
Next one. Bulls home against the Raptors.
Oh, that's got to be like Bulls 5.5 probably.
I have Bulls 2.5. You're probably right on this one. Wow, you're right. Chicago 6.5.
Okay.
All right. 1-1.
All right.
It's tied.
All right.
That's fun.
Tied up. How many are there?
There's 3 more.
So someone's winning.
This thing, unless we tie on one.
Yeah.
Celtics home against the Pacers, national television. Halliburton probable.
In Boston.
National TV.
I mean, it's got to be Boston 6.5.
Okay. I have Boston 4.5.
Okay.
But there's a slight chance Halliburton doesn't play, and I'm worried if he doesn't, you're going to get this one right. Dang it. Boston's 7.5.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Lakers in Atlanta.
Okay. Let's go Lakers 1.5.
I got Lakers 3.5. It is. You said Lakers 1.5.
Yeah.
Atlanta 5.5.
What?
Wow. There's got to be someone not playing. Let's check this.
Atlanta's terrible.
Oh, because Cam Reddish is out.
Yeah, that is a big swing.
Sure. Let's see.
That's a huge swing.
LeBron's unlikely to play.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would have been nice to know.
All right, wrap it up.
All right. Knicks home against the Utah Jazz.
Knicks have to be favored.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. I'm going to go Knicks 5.5. Honestly.
Okay. I'm going to take Knicks 4.5 simply because they're injured.
Are they?
They are. Randall's out for the next month or so.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that switches it up then. But yeah, I'm still cool at 5.5.
You're 5.5. I'm 4.5.
I'm still cool at 5.5.
It is New York Knicks by 4.5.
Wow.
It was right there.
Yeah,
It was one
right
of us
there,
who's taking
right
that
there.
thing.
I like that.
Man, I'm shocked by the Hawks.
Yeah,
6-point
tough.
favorites. They're 19-27.
No, they're really bad.
They're not a good team.
They're really bad.
Quinn Snyder has shown time and time again that he can't win against LA.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm looking at that line.
The Knicks. Okay, I actually want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Talking about the Knicks. So, all-star starters just came out, right?
Yeah.
I agree with everyone. I literally agree with everybody. Except
don't say Brunson.
Damian Lillard.
I agree.
Honestly, this is his first all-star starter, and this is the 1 year he probably doesn't deserve it. Like, of all the years he's been,
deserved it 5 years
literally
outside of this.
5 times at least, and this is the 1 year he gets it, and he doesn't deserve it.
25 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists.
Like, that sounds pretty good.
It's fine.
But what is Brunson? Everyone was saying Brunson was snubbed.
Is Brunson not starting? I thought he is.
No.
Are we sure?
Yeah, everyone was pissed that Brunson wasn't starting.
Oh,
because Halliburton.
I skimmed through the discourse and I thought Brunson started.
Everybody talked about Brunson.
My goodness, Brunson should be starting.
What is Brunson averaging right now?
Let's see. He's by far the best player on his team.
By far.
Like by far.
But I couldn't tell you his exact stats.
I'll tell you them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
26.5 points.
Okay.
4 rebounds, 6.5 assists.
Okay, that's like right there with Dame.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The Knicks, they are 30-17. Milwaukee's 32-15. When the starters came out, they probably had a very similar record, just like this. And Giannis is by far and away the best player on that team.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy to me.
It's interesting. I mean, Halliburton deserves it. I'll tell you that much. I'll be the first to say that.
I agree.
What about Maxey? Has his stats gone down?
Let's see. I haven't checked on them in a while. They're so hard to watch for me.
I haven't really.
25 forwards, 6.5.
That's right there too.
It's right there. Granted, he's actually played a lot of games. 42. He's been out this last road trip.
See, but the thing is seeing how close they are, it makes sense going with Dame just because the Bucks are second in the East.
Yeah, but I mean, like the Knicks are 2 games out of second in the East.
Very valid.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I mean, it's a gamble. It's a college football playoff.
The starters is a popularity contest.
Yeah,
like that's voted by the fans and the players.
Yeah,
so it's like Brunson's not going to get a ton of love. Granted, he is in a huge market.
Huge,
which is like, all right, like you couldn't pull out a few more votes.
Yeah, but it's
but Dame is a national brand.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. All righty. I mean, we got some time left. Let's just spit some NBA.
Sure,
I could spit that all day.
We do.
Let's do it.
We have a constant flow.
So I've got a little, a stat little thing, and Paul's got a player A and player B blind comparison. So let's rock with you first.
Player A, 32 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block per 75 possessions. Sure. Player B, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 9.5 assists, 3.5 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block per 75 possessions. Which player would you take?
That's pretty close.
Pretty close. Player B averages 3 points less, but 5 more rebounds and 1 more assist.
Honestly, probably player B.
Okay. Player A, LeBron James, 2018 postseason.
Whoa.
Player B, do you know who it is?
I have no idea.
Jokic, 2023.
Yeah, I'll take that. I like that.
I would have never guessed that.
That's I was thinking it was current like this year.
Oh, no. But I still thought it was fun. Like Jokic is generational.
Yeah.
He's incredible.
No, I think, and my discrepancy is there's just the rebounds, because your points you can get 4 points anywhere else.
Yeah.
But you can't get really 4 rebounds as easy anywhere else. Yeah. Like that's just not as
less turnover and more assists. It's tough. Jokic he had a great year last year.
Yeah.
What's yours?
So this is a fun stat. So there's 4 people, right? And the stat is points per game leaders with less than 1 3-point made a game. They're averaging less than 1 3-pointer made a game.
And they're averaging how many points?
They're averaging 31, 25, 22, and 22. Who are they?
Can I look at a list of players real fast? Like, is that allowed, or you just want me to go off the dome here?
Just go off the dome.
31 is Giannis.
Yep, Giannis is number 1.
What was the next one?
Next one, he's averaging 25 a game.
Oh, that's tough. There's so many guys that average 25 now.
But think about it. Not a lot of guys average 25 with less than 1 3-pointer made a game.
I know. That's
so you just got to think of who scores solely from the 2. 3 and 4. I'll give you hints here, okay?
Okay.
2, actually, I don't want to give you a hint, but it's pretty self-explanatory.
It's 25, and he's shooting less or making less?
Making less.
Anthony Davis.
Yes, that is number 2.
It was either him or LeBron. I was like, LeBron's been shooting it well.
Nice. That's 80's number 2.
After watching that Warriors game, I was like, man, this guy's loving to huck it.
3 is really tough.
How many is he averaging?
22. He's a center.
Center? Who's averaging?
And he is under 22 or 23 years old.
He's young. Oh, shoot.
Rising center.
How many rebounds and assists is this guy averaging?
I don't know. Probably like 8 and 4.
8 and 4.
Probably. That would be my guess. Western Conference.
Or Western
Conference.
Okay, I was going to say that usually helps. 22 a game.
He cooked the Jazz recently.
Oh, Sengun.
Yep, Sengun.
Yeah, dude, he murdered the Jazz.
He murdered us.
I didn't know he didn't shoot threes. I thought he had a little bit of a shot out there.
Nah, 22 points per game.
Okay,
and then this one you should be able to get.
Okay.
Mid-range, that's all I can say.
How many points is he averaging?
22 a game. Mid-range. That's all I have to say.
Mid-range.
If there was a mid-range emoji, that would literally...
Not a big guy. He's a guard.
Yes.
Shoot. It's not that guy. He hucks threes.
Yeah, no. It's legit.
Eastern Conference.
Yeah, just mid-range. That's it.
DeMar DeRozan.
Yes. Yeah. That is
the same shooter.
Yes. That's an interesting stat, though.
That is an interesting stat.
I mean, to average that many points with making less than a 3 game.
Let me find the scoring leaders.
It's pretty interesting.
Let's see. So all of these guys are averaging at least a 3 a game. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Embiid's average. How many does Embiid average per game? That's actually that's a crazy stat.
That's what I'm saying. It's interesting.
That's a really interesting stat. Yeah, he's shooting about 2 a game and making about 1 a game.
Yeah.
So like he's right there.
He's so weird.
That's incredible. All right. Conjo's card. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's wrap it up. Conjo's card. I'm excited for this one. Yeah, it's kind of been a while since we've done a Conjo's card.
It's been a while because the Jazz never play on Tuesdays.
Do we not?
No, I guess not. All right, Walker Kessler. Over or under 0.5 assists?
Actually?
0.5. He has not recorded an assist in the last 3 games.
That is so weird to me.
Right?
Over. Let's hammer it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I like that one. John Collins. Over or under 3.5 first quarter points?
Oh.
Those are so hard.
That one sucks.
Because he could go under and still have 18.
Yeah. Dude, he shoots early, though.
He does like to
I'll take over. I'll take over.
I like the over there as well. Lauri Markkanen. We actually touched on this earlier in the show. He needs to get going. Over or under 7 first quarter points?
Ooh.
I know what I would take.
Ooh. Who's going to be guarding him?
OG, I believe, is out.
OG is out.
Jeez,
the line.
And I was going to say, and they're still
their line should really start to favor us, but it's just not.
It's not. I mean, back to back in New York, and you just gave up 150.
Jeez,
I think Brunson's going to have a crazy night.
I'll take over.
Oh, wow. A lot of first quarter scoring from the Jazz tonight. Jalen Brunson, over or under 3.5 rebounds.
I hate just taking the over on anything, but I kind of have to take the over.
His last
He's kind of a dog.
4 rebounds, 5 rebounds, 1 rebound. Granted, the game he had 1 rebound was against Denver, and he only played 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take over.
I like the over there as well. I also like getting other teams involved.
I like that.
All right, let's get this last one going here. We have 4 right now. Your slate right now is Brunson, at least 4 rebounds. Walker Kessler, at least 1 assist. Markkanen, 8 or more first quarter points. John Collins, 4 or more first quarter points.
Can we do the 5th one, just the spread?
Do you want to take the spread here?
I'll take the Jazz spread.
6.5, 5.5?
4.5, I think.
4.5, is that what it was? Checking right now. Let's see if it's moved. May I interest you in an adjusted line?
Which is?
Do you know what? Let's just take Jazz money line.
Wow.
Jazz money line gives you a plus 150.
Okay.
Or you can just take Jazz plus 4.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Jazz plus 4.5.
So those are your Conjo's cards.
That's Conjo's card.
5 picks.
If
you go 5 for 5, I think that's pretty special.
Yeah,
that's a tough lineup I gave you.
If I go 5 for 5, what's the wager here?
I'll buy your energy drinks for a week.
Okay. And if I don't,
and if you go 2 or less, you get my energy drinks for a week.
Oh man.
That's pretty fair.
2 or less?
2 or less.
I think just 1. Because 5 or 1, it's 5 or 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's you go 0 or 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have to go 5 for 5.
All right. Well, it's been a great one.
Yeah.
We'll be back next Tuesday. This is just our regular Tuesday schedule. Feel free to send us things you want to hear, things you want us to talk about. Obviously, we can nail anything you want, literally anything you want. So this has been a great episode. Hit like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll be back to you next week. This has been the STLK in the UTA Jazz Podcast. I'm Conjo. This is Paul, and we'll catch you next week.